Well, the big game is tonight. Clemson and Alabama will face off for the national championship at 8:30. A win would make Clemson the first college football team ever to go 15-0. SiriusXM sports host Mark Packer is live by telephone. He's usually in the studio talking to us about college football, but he has to cover the national championship, so he's in Glendale, Arizona right now. Thanks for calling in, Mark. How have things been so far out there?
It's been great, Christine. First of all, Happy New Year to the entire cast. I haven't seen you guys in a couple of weeks. But,
yeah.
Arizona is a great host city, and again, the cool thing is it's the only time I've ever covered a national championship game where I look out my window and I can see a coyote chasing a jackrabbit, and that's the God-honest truth. But I'm ready for football. We've been talking about this thing for a week now since we've been out here, and finally tonight we get Alabama and Clemson. It's 1 versus 2, and hopefully it goes against the trend of what we've seen so far with the college football playoff games, because basically most of them have been routes and blowouts.
Yeah, they have been. Were you surprised at all, Mark, to see that Clemson, ranked number 1, is a 7-point underdog for this game tonight?
No, not really. I mean, I think that the folks in Vegas are pretty smart, and I think after doing all the interviews with Nick Saban and Dabo, and I did the Cotton Bowl last week and got a chance to see Alabama up close. I mean, they are a physically impressive group. We know what a great coach Nick Saban is. This dynasty run, if they win tonight, it's 4 out of 7, which is just unheard of. And, of course, Clemson, as you just mentioned, a chance to make college football history, going 15-0. I think Bama should be favored, but, again, Clemson has lived off this underdog, no respect role. So I just hope we get a compelling game. That's the thing I worry about.
Yeah.
Because we've had such good teams. You would think that when you take the top 4 teams in America with last year's playoff and what we've seen so far, the game should be good. But we really have not had compelling games. So hopefully we'll get a good one tonight. Yeah,
and Alabama, too, has a tendency to rout the teams that they play. I know from experience when I watch my Georgia Bulldogs play them. Hey, let me ask you this. Does Alabama need to worry at all about the dual threat that Clemson has in their quarterback, Deshaun Watson?
No question. In fact, when you go back, and Bama doesn't lose often, as you know, as an SEC fan, but when they do, normally the common denominator has been a quarterback that can run and throw. And I'm not going out on a limb here, but Deshaun Watson's the best quarterback in college football. And when I interviewed him Saturday in the media days, he said, hey, we're going to do what we do best. Everybody says you can't run on Bama. Well, we're going to try to run, and we're going to throw, and we're going to do what we do. So, again, these are 2 terrific teams. They are the 2 best teams in America, and they're not going to get too far away from the script. They're going to go back to what they do best. Bama plays great defense. They're efficient. They're really solid across the board. And Clemson, I think, has been underrated in the defensive category, and obviously their offense has been clicking. So, again, I just hope we get a compelling game tonight.
Yeah, and one key matchup I know people will be watching, Calvin Ridley versus Mackenzie Alexander. We got to go, Pack. We'll see you.
See you Friday. Be good.